Welcome to the PoPolitickin show. Founded in 2008, PoPolitickin is a hip-hop meets self-help brand. With each interview, we teach the babies and share success secrets with you, the listener. Past guests of the PoPolitickin show include Yo Gotti, Currency, MC Light, BG, Dead Prez, Rashida, Project Pat, and more. We also showcase the future upcoming stars of hip-hop. Subscribe on iTunes and get automatic updates of each podcast episode.
PoPolitickin.com.
People don't realize how delicate the female anatomy is. The female's mind. That don't mean we weak though. Check it. Delicate, she was thick for the hell of it. God made it that way, kinda hard to say celibate. She ain't win the wild, but the nigga kept her relevant. In the flash gig, and she was out of all her elements. She obligated, carry work like a pelican. He don't really love her, though he knows she's so intelligent. But she don't love herself because she running from a skeleton. Addicted to the light because she know it come with benefits. She's so young, but she cannot find a vision. And he can't get his way, so now he's screaming and he hitting. Now she laying on the floor, wishing she was living different. Too scared to let him go, cause going home is like a prison. She left him once, but he's saying how he miss it. And she ain't comprehend her friends saying she don't listen. She wish it was that easy, but they cannot see it isn't. Cause she don't know herself enough to see it any different.
My delicate flower, tell me why you're growing here. This is no place for you. This is no place for you to grow right here.
Dear love, you are more than enough. Even if they never see it, you're a diamond in the rough. You're a full car spread, let the niggas call you bluff. Many people come and go, but you only get to live this once, Wish I could talk to myself. Go back in time, take a walk with myself. Hold my own hand, run off with myself. I was so damn broken at a loss, needed help. Brother going to jail and my daddy on his stuff. Mama not fighting, grandpa died, I had enough. Listen to these niggas when they telling me to trust. Carried all they weight, no tags on the trucks. Cops pull me over, let me go cause I'm a student. Transferred the bread, money, Grand Western Union. Target practice with them, what the fuck I'm out here doing? God gave me talent that I should be out pursuing, That's my moment of the clarity. Always been alone and not concerned with popularity. Navigate the drama, double dutching with dexterity. Stressing out myself, trying to fight my own disparity. Ate at soup kitchens, thanking God for the charity. But so much pain in me, kinda thought that God was mad at me. I ain't asked for much, all I wanted was a family. The more I fought for it, I was forced to solidarity.
My delicate flower, tell me why you're growing here. This is no place for you. This is no place for you to grow right here. One day, one day I'll say I had enough. One day, one day you say I had enough. Yeah, a delicate flower.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Make sure you go on Spotify. We're on Google Play, Apple Podcasts. Type in PoPolitickin. Listen to my interviews since 2008. 1212. I'm in the place to be with Venomiss. How you doing?
Hey, what's good? It's your girl Venomiss. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So why you go by Venomiss?
So the name came about because when I was like 15, 16 years old, I had an attitude problem. Who don't at that age, but I had an attitude problem. I cursed out my best friend, and he was like, why you gotta be so venomous all the time? Like, why you gotta act that way every time you get mad? And he started calling me that, and it just kind of, and it's been my name ever since.
All right. And then where you from?
I'm from Jersey originally, Jersey stand up, but I live in Raleigh, North Carolina now.
All right. And what got you into music?
Friends. Like, my friends were all battle rappers, and they all, teased and, snap on each other and stuff like that. So they were all doing it. So I was like, you know what, I got to start doing it. And then on top of that, my cousins, when I was a kid, they all had deals. They were really crappy deals, but they all had deals. And I used to go with them to the studio. I used to go with them to video shoots. So by the time I was like 9, 10 years old, it was embedded in my brain that that's what I wanted to do.
Why you say they had crappy deals?
Because it was crappy. If you talk to my cousin about his deal now, he'll tell you it was crappy. He was young. He was 15, 16, 17, just signed something, didn't know what he was signing. They promised him money. They never gave him money. They promised him a lot of stuff, and they never followed through with it. And then eventually he found out that the company wasn't even really a company. So, read your paperwork, long story short.
And then what were some of your favorite hip-hop albums growing up?
I listened to everything. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was one that stuck out with me. Missy Elliott's the one, So Addictive, that was a good album. Nas, obviously, stuff, the classics, Nas and Illmatic and Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt, and I'm just trying to think, Busta Rhymes, Extinction Level Event is one that people don't give enough credit for because it was a really creative, out-of-the-box album at the time. I did Rough Riders Volume 1 was something that I vibed to a lot when I was younger. Like, I listened to a little bit of everything, but I like albums that stand out from everything else. Like albums that at that time, when it came out, it would have been so different from everything else. You know what I mean?
And if you wasn't rapping, what would you be doing right now?
That's a good question. If I wasn't rapping, I think I would be somewhere educating the youth and, caring for the youth. That's something that's always been really important to me. Autism awareness is something that's really important to me. I have family members with autism. Homelessness is something that's important to me. My mom was a social worker my whole life. So, we fed the poor, and we was one check away from living in that shelter with them. So giving back is something that's really important in my life and in my brand, and I always try to incorporate that somewhere in everything I do.
That's what's up. And then how would you describe your style as an MC?
My slogan is brains, beauty, and bars, and that slogan is the best summary of my music I can give. I'm smart, so there's always something witty or educational or thought-provoking in there somewhere. I'm pretty, so I make the fun stuff and we have a good time, but I'm also bar heavy too. So I kind of mirror and put all three into play together. It's really important to me that all three elements are met in my music, because I feel like as females, it's either one or the other. They don't tend to do all three. So that's something I try to do. I get compared to Eve. I get compared to Radiga. I get compared to MC Light. I get compared to a lot of the heavy hitters in terms of female lyricism, which I really appreciate. Because I didn't set out for that to be my goal, but to be mentioned in those names in conversation really means a lot to me.
Yeah, I actually interviewed MC Light a couple years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, she's dope.
Nice.
Yeah,
she's a dope person, dope energy, dope spirit. I love watching interviews with her, and I love I'm a student of hip hop. I say that all the time because I really watch and absorb. Like, I opened for KRS-One in 2015, and I took so much more home from the performance than just a paycheck or whatever else. I really enjoyed, I learned so much from watching him work that stage. Like, he's up there by himself running around, and he's up there for 45 minutes. He don't have no hype man. If the sound is wrong, he will stop his set and start freestyling until they get it back right. Like, he's a beast. So I like to say I'm a student of hip hop. So I watch a lot of hip hop documentaries. I watch a lot of videos and interviews and things like that, because I just feel like when you stop learning, that's when you stop growing.
All right. So since you're a student of hip hop, I'm gonna name some rappers, and you just tell me what you think about them. First thing that comes up.
Okay.
All right. The first one is Lady of Rage.
Ooh, Lady of Rage. if I could sum her up in one word, I would say just a monster. She's always been a force to be reckoned with. She's always been just a strong personality, a strong presence in the industry, and I feel like she didn't get the shine that she should have gotten because she when I was a little one and I seen her for the first time, I was like, whoa, what is that? Like, what is she doing?
Hard, huh?
It was just powerful,
All right, so Trina,
I will say when it comes to Trina, she's a trendsetter. And the reason I say she's a trendsetter because there's things she was doing in her music and her imagery that nobody was doing until she came out. And that's another one I feel they borrowed from, but they didn't always give the credit to.
Cardi B.
Cardi B, you know what I like about Cardi B? Cardi B is very real. And she's very herself, and I may not always. The music is fun. Don't get me wrong, and I may not always agree with all the subject matter. But in the same regard, Cardi B is. I like her. I respect her, and I will always respect her craft because she's real. She's who she is, and that's just is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And then, what MC do you feel influenced you the most with your style?
For me, I'm from Jersey, so, I grew up watching Redman and Naughty by Nature and Queen Latifah and all these MCs around me, and then you had a lot of MCs around me who had deals and they fell through or they didn't quite pop like they wanted to. Like, I grew up in the era of Jersey hip-hop, so that being said, I would have to say it's like a conglomerate of a lot of people who influenced me. I try to be individually myself. I try not to be like anybody else, but I do take note of everybody and pay attention to what's going on around me. So a lot of my artists that I look up to don't have deals. Some of them are in prison. Some of them, you know what I mean? Like a lot of artists I grew up working behind and watching, they never got their due. They never got their day,
Yeah, somebody from, I don't know if he's from Jersey, but I know he was a part of that era that I kind of sleep on was Tretch.
Tretch, yes.
Yeah, he's hard. Like, especially you listen to him now.
Tretch is nasty lyrical.
You was like, shit. Like, listen to it now. Like, listen to Hip Hop Parade. Man, he was spitting on that.
He was getting it. Shout out to Tretch. Shout out to Naughty by Nature. Shout out to Lords of the Underground Artifacts. Queen Latifah. There's so many MCs. There's so many MCs from Jersey that, like, in that time frame, to be in Jersey during that time, and I was just a little kid. I mean, I was little, but the energy, you could feel the energy. The energy was just so dope. And so I say my biggest influence is Jersey hip hop culture as a whole because I can't take any one of them away from who I became as an MC.
And what separates you from other rappers? What do you feel like separates you?
Quality. And I don't mean that to put anybody down, but you got a lot of microwave rappers popping up right now. Everybody's popping up with a song. Everybody got a song. I mean, I meet people at shows and they're like, hey, I never rapped before, but I got a show next week. It's like, what? You know what I mean? And the internet has made it too easy to emulate the culture and too easy to say you're a rapper and not put the work in, and too easy to put yourself in front of the camera and have no plan about it. And with me, my brand is all about quality. Like, everything I put out, all my albums are very quality. My songs are quality. Like, everything I put out is just of a certain standard. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to deviate from that. That's my benchmark. That's always been my benchmark. Is that everything I put out is going to be proper and done the right way. I just think that nowadays you've got a lot of people who don't study hip hop and they don't know. They just know it's easy to put some rhyming words together and make a song. And the element of trap, no disrespect to trap, but it makes it very easy to emulate. Because everybody,
I'm gonna cut you off because it ain't even about rapping no more. It's just about it's easy to find a beat and mumble on it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
true too. And it's like, and I've don't get me wrong, I've come across some trap rappers that actually have some good content. There's a few locally that I've listened to, and they actually are telling their story. But you have some people who they just put a bunch of words together because it rhymes and the beat is cute, and they pops because it's cute. And, I think that's what's different about me. I kind of mirror, and I kind of, not mirror, but I kind of merge the old school technicality and the old school thinking with the new school way of living and the new school genre. I hear that a lot, that my music is kind of the in-between between the old school and the new school. It's the bridge.
All right. Now I wanted you to talk about your brand and then some of your albums.
Oh boy, okay. So my first album, Ever to the Echelon, it's on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon. They're all on all platforms. But my first album was really a breakthrough album for me. I had put a single out. It started going viral overseas, and I didn't know what to do from there. I didn't have another song ready. So I went and put the album together. And the album's done really well. I have over 1 million streams online, and it's award winning. I've won 22 awards across the country for that album. It's a vibe. It's a really good album. It's the one that KRS-One and his wife got a hold of and heard and were like, hey, we want you to open for him. It's a good album. It's a good project. I feel like I approached that album like, if I died tomorrow, what would I want the world to know about me as an artist? What would I want to leave them? The second album, All Eyes on V, it's another strong project. It was an EP that I put out with a label I used to be on. I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems on that album. Like I have a song called Flower that I really like. I wrote the R&B and the hip hop on that. It's a really smooth lyrical record. A lot of people like that one. There's quite a few gems on that album, and people sleep on it because it didn't get the proper promotion at the time. But I went back and shot a video for one song off that album to try to bring a little bit more light back to that album. And then the third album just came out in January. It is called No Favors, No Regrets, No Apologies. It's another hip-hop, R&B combo. It's a little bit more polished than my first album, but it kind of follows the same suit as the first album in terms of just making sure there's a different mix of music on there. If you ever hear R&B on my album, I wrote it. I write all the R&B. I write most of my features that are on my albums. Like, if you hear a Venomiss album start to finish, is 99% all Venomiss, except for on the first album, I've got, I think, the first and second album, I've got a couple feature verses I didn't write, but the artist that featured wrote them. But any R&B, I write it. Any bridges, anything additional to the song, any instrument arrangement, I had my hand in it. I'm very hands-on about how I want it to come out when it's finished.
And then you were saying for the second album, you said it wasn't promoted properly. So what's promoted properly to you?
Well, promoted properly is just making sure it hits your blogs and your radio stations, and making sure that people know it's there, making sure that you get press releases done and everything else. So the second album, I kind of felt like we dropped the ball on a little bit, but it's okay. Like, it is what it is. Now, you can't win everything,
All right, then what's next for you?
What's next for me? I have a video coming out soon. It's called I Keep Thinking About You, featuring Shauna. I'm waiting for that back.
Shauna from DTP?
No, Shauna is a singer from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Shauna from DTP.
No, Shauna. No, Shauna is a singer. Yeah, no, I wish, right? Hey, shout out to Shauna. I like her music.
Up, shit. What's
right. But I've got that video coming out. I just did a cypher with battle rappers Chilla Jones, Marv One, Quest McCody. That just dropped last week. I've got another cypher coming out with Grimo Cypher Platform, which I've done really well with. Grimo Cypher, my debut with them was with Blind Fury in January, and we did 188,000 views on that to date. So I decided to come back to the platform again for a second cypher. So that's coming out. Working on the fourth album and the fifth album because I'm just overzealous and I just want to keep working. So working on a fourth album, fifth album, however many albums I feel like working on, I'm working on. That's the beauty of being independent, is I can work on as much as I want to or as little as I want to. I just, work on what I see fit. Right now I'm in a creative mode, so I really want to just record.
And then, is anybody who in the future would you like to work with that you ain't worked with yet?
Oh, there's so many people in the future I would like to work with. You mean industry-wise?
Whoever.
Industry-wise, I would love to do a song with Alicia Keys. I would love to do SZA and The Weeknd and gosh, so many. I love her. I tend to go for, like, if I'm going to do a collaboration with somebody, it's probably going to be a hip-hop and R&B collaboration. I love hip-hop and R&B collaborations. I feel like they're a necessary voice in hip-hop, and I feel like they are, it's just something about them. Like, people just love hip-hop and R&B combos. I love hip-hop and R&B combos, so I always try to do a lot of them, and I've got some recorded that I haven't even touched yet, but I just enjoy the hip hop and R&B combos. In terms of lyricists, Jadakiss has been tossed around a little bit in my camp. Like, I really want to get a feature done with Jadakiss. He's one of my favorite MCs, and that's something that's on my bucket list of things to do.
All right, and I want to see if your hip hop R&B duo beat my hip hop R&B duo. So you pick your song, and I'm gonna tell you my song.
Okay. All right. So my favorite hip hop and R&B combo would be, God, that's so hard. There's so many. It is so many. Like, that's so hard. I would say, I can only pick one, right?
You're playing spades right now, so one.
I know. I'm like, show me your hand. This is terrible. Okay, so You're All I Need by Mary J. Blige.
Oh my God, that's what I was gonna say.
Right. Yeah,
I was about to say that song.
No.
I was about to say that song. So I guess we on the same
That is the
page.
one that got me started on the hip hop and R&B collaborations. Like, I was like, whoa, that's really something different. But the one that solidified it for me was when you started getting Fabulous in the mix, and he started adding Tamia to his songs and stuff like that. Because by then I was rapping.
Yeah, but with Fabulous, I'm just confused. I'm like, why don't Fabulous just do a whole album like that? Like, every song,
he would kill it.
He should have this R&B person on every song. Like, he shouldn't even do just rap. It should be every song you got somebody that do R&B on that song. Because all the songs like that, he kill them. That's why I be like, why?
Yeah, that's his niche. He's so good at that, and I love his hip hop and R&B collabs. And you gotta understand, when I started rapping, like when I started really trying to rap. When I started deciding if that was what I wanted to do for myself, and I was real young, I was still in high school, but that was when you had Ja Rule and Lil Mo doing combinations. You had Fabulous and Lil Mo doing combinations. Yeah. And I was like, man, like, this is what I really want to do.
Shit, call 50 Cent out for that shit too. He was doing it. You had him and Olivia.
Right. So that being said, like, I just think it's a necessary thing in hip hop that people don't do enough of nowadays. And if they do, it's ratchet. It's like, oh girl, let me rub on your butt. Yeah. It's all right now. Okay, let's not do the first.
But I think the thing about, it's funny that you said that song, and to me, the reason that song is important, the Mary J. Blige and Method Man song, is because it's a remake of Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell. So that's what solidified it. Like, all these new people, the Fabulous, that was a remake, but a lot of them, they're not doing. So they really kept it OG by doing a remake of that song.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I just love the visuals for that song. The visuals so grimy and just so, like, the colors and the way it played out. Like, that's like one of my favorite hip hop videos. The way it played out, I was like, man, like, this is so dope.
Right.
So yeah, I just feel that that's important to the cultures, the hip hop, the R&B collaborations. I have several spread out throughout my album. Cause see, if you leave it up to me, I'll do a whole album like that. But I've been trying to spread them out. Like, okay, I'm gonna do one or two here, one or two there. And generally speaking, they get a good response. So I'm gonna keep doing it.
And then, so if you could talk to anybody, they could be dead or alive, who would that be? And then what question would you ask them?
Oh, I think I would talk to. I think I would talk to. That's hard. Because so many conversations I would love to have, you know?
Yeah, but you only get one right now. Who
I only get
right
one.
Now?
Golly, you with these tough questions. I would go, and I know it's going to sound cliche, but I would go with Tupac because I would like to pick his brain on the Black Panther movement and on things that he grew up seeing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm Tupac.
Like,
so what 3 questions? What would be your 3 questions off top? Would you ask him?
My first question would be, what was it like growing up during the Black Panther movement, and growing up at the tail end of that, and you're born into that lifestyle? What was it like behind the scenes for you? Because that was before he was even doing music. So right. I would love to know. And then the second question would be about his performing arts high school. He went to performing arts high school, so I want to know how he felt that. Yeah, I want to know how he felt that helped him in the future with his music. I feel like people didn't explore that enough.
His acting too.
Yeah, I feel like people didn't explore that enough in conversation with him. Like, I want to know if it presented any challenges for him when he was transitioning over to the music industry, or did he feel like it helped him? Like, that's something I would want to know. And the last thing I want to know from him is, does he feel that his message got lost towards the end because of the street stuff? Do you know that?
But with the arts, I think for sure with the arts, because with his music, that was the thing with Pac. Always, it was like, yeah, he doing what he do, but I heard some poetry in that shit. So it's like, I always heard that poetry, so I know that came from the arts. And then
right. I just want to know more about the food. See, in Jersey, we didn't really have, when I was coming up, we didn't really have the performing arts schools like that. That was mostly a New York thing and a DC thing and a Maryland thing, and we didn't get that till later. And I would love to know how he felt that helped him. How that helped him pursue his dreams, because I'm sure it helped him a lot.
And then what is your favorite book and your favorite movie?
My favorite book is Push, and my favorite movie, it's gonna sound really childish, but my favorite movie is Jurassic Park.
What is Push about?
Push was the book that inspired Precious.
Oh.
The movie.
So you like the movie?
I didn't like the movie as much as I liked the book.
Yeah, that shit, I didn't like the movie at all. That shit was horrible to me.
I felt the movie
I was like, how's that uplifting? And like people, I actually interviewed somebody else and they said their movie was Precious. So I don't know. I guess people like Precious, but you ain't to say somebody else said something about Precious.
No, I like Jurassic Park was my movie because I like to watch the raptors get in the room.
So you like all the Jurassic Parks or just that one?
No, just the first one. The rest of them I was like, alright. The second one was okay. The first one was my thing. When I was a little girl, like when I was like 5, 6, before hip hop was even a thought, I wanted to be a paleontologist. So I wanted to, dig up dinosaurs and find lost cities and crap like that. And then I started thinking about it as I got older, like, all right, how many lost cities am I really going to find? How many dinosaurs am I really going to find? So that's when my focus changed. I got a little older. I was like, okay. But anyway, I like stuff like that.
I be watching a lot of like YouTube stuff on YouTube, but I know they were saying there's a lot of like underworld cities because like the sea level, might have dropped or whatever.
Yeah.
They said there's a lot of underworld cities and shit.
My thing is, like, I say I want to do that, but I'm scared of bugs and, like, something come crawling, that's it. I'm done. So, I don't know how realistic of a dream that was when I was a kid, but, Jurassic Park was my movie. In terms of hood movies, Menace to Society was good. Jason's Lyric was good. Those are New Jersey Drive was good. Belly is one of my favorites. So I have it just depends on what I'm in the mood for, but in terms of innovation, Jurassic Park was my favorite movie.
Then who's your favorite character on Belly?
My favorite character on Belly?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're all important to Belly. Like,
but who's your favorite?
Tommy.
Oh, DMX.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because somebody else was talking about Belly, but they said they like Nas on there.
Yeah, Nas's role was dope and necessary, but it was just something about the way they put Tommy together. I liked how they presented him.
You know who I think they should have replaced on that movie?
Oh.
T-Boz. T-Boz messed that movie up.
Oh, I forgot T-Boz was in that movie.
That shit was like, her shit wasn't even real. She wasn't even realistic. I was like, was she acting? I think she was just being herself on that movie.
But you know what? I hate when movies make the people be themselves. Like, make them be somebody other than them.
Yeah, I think
like,
she messed the movie up. I think they could have got somebody better than her. I think she kind of
right. As I'm getting like more into the industry, people are asking me to do acting roles, and I get so frustrated when people ask me to act as myself. I'm like, I want to be me in the movie, starring as me. Make me be somebody I'm not supposed to be.
And then what would you like to say to your fans? What message would you like to tell them?
What'd you say?
To your fans, what would you like to say to them? Your message.
Thank you very much for 4 years. Because, you know, I started doing music seriously in the last 4 years. It's been a whirlwind. You know, my fans I love my fans because they're like family. They tag me in things. They talk to me. I talk to them back. You know, I have a fan, you know, he was going through some mental issues and he was feeling depressed, and he inboxed me, and I, you know, talked to him for a while and talked him down and pushed him to go get some help because he had been feeling depressed. So my fans are like second family for me. You know, they tell me hey, I was in a bad mood today and I listened to your song on my way to work. Hey, you know, such and such happened and I had to play your song and dance to it. Like, my fans really communicate with me, and I really appreciate that. And I hope that no matter how much my career grows, I hope I keep that with them because it means a lot to me.
Yeah, who's your number one fan?
My number one fan is a guy named Lloyd and another guy named Clarence. They live in Canada, and when I tell you they are on it, they are on it. On it. If I post it, it's shared automatically. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, they're promoting it, like, in groups. Like, they're on it. Like, they always make sure that they get my stuff out, especially when I drop new stuff. Shouts to Clarence and Lloyd. Like, they're my two biggest fans. They always keep up with me.
Are they black or white? What are they?
Well, they're Canadian, so. But Lloyd is like, I don't know. I think he's mixed because he doesn't look fully black. But most of my fans are in Germany, so go figure.
What's up?
Go figure. My music does really well in Germany, Australia, London, the UK, Canada, Brazil, United States too. But it surprised me how much Germany picked up on my music, and fast.
And then anybody just hearing about you through this interview, why should they go check you out and follow you?
Go check me out because I'm dope. I'm different. You know, I'm not just rapping about the sex and that type of stuff. I actually have some like concepts behind my music and some songs, but you still turn up and have fun on top of that. Like, there's a message, but there's fun too. So, and you know what? And say, you know what? I'm gonna turn that around and ask you, because you said you listened to my music before. What is it about me that you think they should listen to me for?
I don't answer questions. I just ask them.
I see how you do.
I'm already interviewing you, so that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking. That's what I do. So they already know if I'm interviewing you, I'm telling them what's up. So they know what's up. That's true. Yep. All right.
Yeah, it's good music. Make sure you check it out. Like I said, there's stuff to turn up to. There's stuff to think to. My music is good driving music. It's good workout music. It's good sitting in the office and I just need something to keep my head straight music. Like, it's good music. It's not gonna clutter your brain, and it's gonna keep you moving for the day.
But I'll answer there for you, because I interview a lot of like female rappers. So I listen to it. And like I said, I heard a positive message, and like I said, I can hear you can actually rap. And then, like I said, I was looking at it. It looked professional, so that's what I was looking for. But I mean, the fans don't look at that; they just listen to the music. But when I looked at,
you'd be surprised though. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised because I get a lot of fans who say similar things. Who, you know, they pay attention to detail, and that's why I put so much attention to detail, because we're in such a visual age that you have to put attention to the detail to separate yourself.
Yeah. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming through politicking with me.
Thank you for having me, and don't be a stranger. I'll make sure you get lots of merchandise and stuff, and
yeah, no doubt. If
you're ever doing some giveaways, let me know. I'll hook you up.
Yeah, and then we got another show we do too called Just Two Black Brothers, so we'll probably have you on that in a few months.
Absolutely. Anytime you need me, just call me.
You got any shout outs? Anybody want to, anything else you want to leave listeners with?
Yeah, I want to shout out Team Venomiss. Shout out to my dancers, Legendary Differences. Shout out to Khalil, my other dancer. Shout out to Greg. Shout out to Ben, Mimi, anybody who's been helping me behind the scenes. Black Widow, Quentin Hartfield, my PR team. Shout outs to all of them. We've been making moves. This has been a positive year. I got more done this year than I ever expected to get done. So definitely stay tuned because next year's gonna be a movie. What's good? It's your girl Venomiss, and I am on PoPolitickin. Check me out anywhere on the web, www.venomissworld.com @it's Venomiss. It's your girl.
Come and take a walk on the wild side. When niggas sell they soul for the limelight. When bitches do the stitching for your riches, when your niggas get you too, when they hugged up with your boo. Anything will go for the fame. I said anything will go, so they change. I see the lanes, I'm just trying to keep it sane. Now they see you hood rich, so they aiming for your brain. Never met a booth that I don't like. I ain't never spit a verse that I ain't right. Keep it funky, they don't like me out of spite. I'm the angel with the devils, now I'm walking through the night. All you really need is the money, cause niggas do the most over money. Get it steady, acting funny when they talk the most shit. Tell them come and take it from me then.
Man, I can't stand that bitch Venomiss. I heard she got like 9 kids by 16 baby daddies and they all named Junior.
It's the fame. Welcome to the top of your game, where everybody gonna know your name. It's the fame. Separate the real from the lames. The time of your life is so insane. It's the fame. Go and keep it moving, never losing. Go and keep it moving, never losing. Go and keep it moving, never losing. Put the hustle on your back, show these niggas how to do it. I be the last one they expect to come deliver the flames. Still I lower all they work like it's a stock exchange. I'm still V, except I know my wild little game. They waiting on my third album like a prophet that came. We not the same, nope, cause the difference is this. Why you worry about your lanes, I'm out here paving this shit. They tell me leave niggas alone while I'm just playing with it. Yeah, it's Venomiss, bitch, keep my name out your lips.
I don't even like her music, except for Clyde and Salute and Will You and Bitches. But other than that, fuck that bitch.
So the moral of the story, if you love your clique, don't you ever come for mine, I ain't just pretty, I spit. It's a deadly combination, might combust when I mix. Like a Molotov cocktail, I blow when I'm lit. While they busy worried about which nigga grass is greener, I'm just worried about my craft looking past demeanor. Watch your hands like it's poker jokers swearing they see ya. Contradiction as my flow getting nicer, get meaner. And I don't make the moves for the fame. I said I don't make the moves for the fame. You niggas chasing so basic, it's all the same. Call them casualties of war, so we charge it to the game. Fame, welcome to the top of your game, where everybody gonna know your name. It's the fame. Separate the real from the lames. The time of your life is so insane. It's the fame. Go and keep it moving, never losing. Go and keep it moving, never losing. Go and keep it moving, never losing. Put the hustle on your back, show these niggas how to do it. How to do it. How to do it.
The PoPolitickin Show is brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 titles to choose from, Audible is great for any continuous learner wanting to grow and expand their knowledge and insight. Go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and get an audiobook of your choice free with a 30-day trial. After the trial, your paid membership will begin at $14.95 per month. With your membership, you will receive 1 credit every month, good for an audiobook on Audible. Cancel before your trial ends and you will not be charged. So go to www.audibletrial.com/POAudio and download a free book by Tony Robbins, Grant Cardone, Napoleon Hill, Les Brown, Damon John, and more. Always remember that knowledge is power.